This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are delighted to be joined a few days out from professional debut Bayo Alabi. Is that correct?
Perfect. You got it right. Yeah.
Don't ask me to do it again, so I'll get it wrong. Uh,
Stuff.
but Bayo, I guess for you, obviously this is a long time coming. Obviously, it was announced in December you were turning pro. You were then supposed to
Mm.
make your debut in February, and unfortunately the card pulled off. But what a place to make your professional debut. National Stadium, which you fought on before, on the zone
Plenty
all
of
around the
times.
world. You're probably still having to pinch yourself and go, Jay, it's not April Fool's Day anymore.
Yeah, it was April Fool's Day as well gone by now. But do you know what? I'm just looking forward to it. Like, so I mean, it's like even though it's in the national stadium, it doesn't like it still doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like I'm going in to fight for an like another league title or an Irish title or do you know what I mean? So because it's such on big stage, like and then with dazn getting announced and all, it's like wow, like yeah, you're really here. Like do you know what I mean? You're really here now. Like it's time to go.
Tell me, obviously, for anybody I always speak to the very first time, I always like to know a bit of the backstory, obviously, boxing, what sort of got to this point. You a late bloomer to boxing, am I correct?
It's not. I wouldn't say I'm a late bloomer. Like, well, I don't know what would you call it, late bloomer. I probably started boxing when I was about 14. 14, I'd say, yeah, about 14. But like, I never really like. I played football as well because I come from a background of football family, like, do you know what I mean? And then I played football, so I just never really took boxing. Like, it wasn't really like something I took serious. It was just like I was dabbling in and out, dabbling in and out. And then by the time I got to like 16, 17, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll, uh, maybe this is what I want to do. Maybe I think this is the hidden talent. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
It's I guess sometimes when you're playing football, obviously you can't punch someone on the football pitch. So was
No,
that your
you
way of
can't.
getting the red mist out then by boxing? You're going, I can't fight on the pitch, but I can put the gloves on. I can fight in the ring.
Yeah, I can. I can. It's all it's like. Do you know what I mean? With football, it's a team sport. With boxing, it's also a team sport, which I coach and all. But like once you get in the ring, it's all down to you at the end of the day. Do you get me? So like, yeah.
What got you into boxing then? Was it like other friends? Like, I've heard so many different stories from fighters that were walking down the street and hearing music in a club somewhere and they decided to walk in. Like, what got you involved in boxing? Why boxing?
Um, what got me involved in boxing was sorry. What got me involved in boxing was obviously I come I, like I don't know. Do you know what? It was probably my little brother. My little brother actually started boxing before me, and then he was boxing since he was about 8 or something, and I just never really like took it anything. And then I just went in with it one day, and then I just started to like it. And I don't know. I come from a rough area, I guess. So I was just like, do you know what I mean? It's just something that you wanted to pick up to be able to always like protect yourself. And I suppose I just and then it became more than just protecting yourself. Now it became like something that I love to do, something that I like. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to dedicate myself to.
It's something that obviously I remember. Like, obviously I'm a lot older than you are, Bayo, but obviously at that stage it was karate. Obviously it wasn't as dangerous and there wasn't contact. But
Yeah,
my mum had said to me, you need to learn self defense, go out and do some karate, and I hated it, because
yeah,
there was nothing to it. It's like you watch Karate Kid on the TV and you're thinking this is amazing, but then
yeah.
it's
This is
not
amazing,
taught.
but it's different when it's actually in real life and you have to throw the kick in
Yeah,
it.
but it was more for self defense, as you say, when you're in a rough sort of area, you need to have that self defense, and probably even more so now. The way the world is in 2025, there's a lot more need for self defense. But from going to a gym to be able to protect yourself to then taking it serious, it certainly changes. Obviously, what got the bug for you? Like they always say, you don't know if you're going to like box until you get punched in the nose for the first time. So, like, was that whenever you got punched in the face for the first time? Was that, yeah, I love this. I
Was
want to do
never
it.
being punched in the face. Like I don't like being like as much as boxers say I'm gonna be hit. I'm just one of them type of person. Like I don't like being hit. Like show me, so I avoid. So it was more or less just like realizing like do you know what I mean. I was always I think it was just always just messing with my friends and a lot of the time they weren't able to hit me. Like like I was very good at I was very elusive is the word. So and then I was just like oh. yeah, do you know what? You have this hidden talent. Like, do you know what I mean? You're better than this than you are at football. So, if you go and do it, like, why not give it a try? Like,
So you were like me then, you've two left feet and you can't play football.
no, no, no. Do you know what? I'd say I was a decent baller. Most of my coaches say I was a decent baller, but I think I'm like, with boxing, I've like way better I am at boxing than I am at football.
It's one of them, isn't it? Sometimes where you've the dreams when you're very young, of being the next Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi,
Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah.
and then you realize you're not as good as they are. And you don't want. There's
No,
probably a lot of work goes on in the background to get to that stage. So like you can't play football for 10 hours a day; it get boring. So obviously you pick your second favorite sport then at boxing.
boxing is my number one favorite sport.
Number one. Just picking this back up with Bayo, obviously, unfortunately, people want to get in contact with you. We're a couple of days out, and people want to know if Eddie Hearn's going to be there, if Frank Warren's going to be there. It's on the zone. Everybody wants to be a part of Fight Week, so unfortunately, people's trying to get in contact with you at the same time. But I was just saying there, obviously, talk about the self-defense sort of side of things, and not one to do 10 hours a day playing football, boxing. Now you're number one. Talk to me obviously about a bit of the amateur career then obviously what did you achieve as an amateur? I guess there's
So
so many different.
as an amateur, I had one Dublin title,
Mhm.
one Dublin novice title, and one one national title, and then obviously I have like one or two box cups that I've medalled in. And recently I gold medal in that the Emerald Box Cup. Um, so I've over 40 fights or just more. Check me, I've boxed in the elites, I've boxed at the highest levels of the amateurs in Ireland anyways, and all around the world. So like I'd like to say I'm pretty much like, I mean, I just been jump into the program straight away. Like if it
Mhm.
was up to me, I would have turned pro like I would have turned pro ages ago, but like my coach obviously was saying to me, look, listen, like, do you know what I mean? You need more experience. You're not the time yet, like, because I always wanted to learn on the job because I always thought my style was more suited to the pros. Do you get me? But I'm glad, like, do you know what I mean? I'm glad, like, do you know what I mean? Alice took me on this journey, and I'm here now. So like, it is what it is. Like,
How did you find, I guess obviously how did you find the elites obviously first and foremost, because that's the very creme de la creme obviously of
yeah,
of obviously Irish boxers. Like how did you find, like, I guess in one way you have the elites where it's so fast paced and everything else, and then you turn pro and it's completely the opposite. Like, does it still boggle your mind? You think that amateur boxing and professional boxing are light years apart from where they've ever been together?
you know what? It depends. Like it depends what the judges are looking at as well. If we say like, but like this, my pro debut now is a 4 rounder, so I have to get going fast. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it still sort of has that like amateur thing to it because it's only an extra round and a 3 round. But like my opponent might be like he might not like box as fast and move as much and all, but like it's still you have to get going fast because it's a 4 rounder. So I can't really judge like until I get into like the six, the eight rounders and the 10 rounders. But from sparring pros, like I'm sparring pros like nearly like my whole career as an amateur, like and I always seem to get on better with pros man than I do with amateurs. Do you get me? Because there's just a certain style. Do you get me? Because everything's slow paced and do you know what I mean? It's about the hook game and do you know what I mean? The pro game's about the hook business and I'm looking to get into the hook business. Like yeah,
I think everybody loves it that way. Like I hear quite a lot saying they always are adapted to, a pro style. Like you've around 40 fights as an amateur. Like that's obviously that's your foundation sort of built. There's people that go on this pro journey with no background of obviously of amateur fights, so that stands you in good stead. Like, and when you're saying I've always felt I've adapted to the pro style, you're only really going to give it 100% and something that you really believe in as well. So if you've always believed in a pro style, you're never really going to give your all, probably in some ways, until you got to the pros.
yeah. I think do you know what? I think everyone's really like gonna really see how good I am now. Do you get me? Like as I saying, I feel like everyone's really gonna see. Yeah, like whoa, like yeah, this is really his game. Like do you get me? Like so. Yeah, man, I can't wait. Like, do you know what I mean? But nervy, but do you know what I mean? As you should be, because like if you're not nervous, there's something wrong. But like, I really feel like I'm gonna come out of my shell now, and yeah.
Is some of the nerves down to the fact that obviously, you're getting sponsors behind you, people's buying tickets? It's more for the nerves that you don't want to let anybody down. Is that where the nerves come from, or it's it?
Yeah, it's just obviously the nerves of not letting anyone down. It's more or less not like, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not really about anybody. It's about me. I have to not let myself down, performing to the levels that I believe and I know I can perform at. Do you get me? I've had some, like, not this camp, but in general, I've been in the ring with some top guys. You get me? So like, and I'm like, do you know what I mean? So, and I know like what I'm capable of. So it's the nerves is just coming from like you have to perform. Like it's like there's no off days. Even when you have an off day, your off day has to be a good enough day just to be victorious. You get me?
Mhm.
So it's
I was going to say, and I believe is it Arias is obviously your coach.
yeah,
Arias.
Arias, Arias, and Frank Stacey. Yeah.
Mhm. And I guess, have you been building and developing sort of there? I guess there's probably good days, there's probably bad days. Like, how are you finding that development so far?
With Arias.
Yeah.
Um, or like what? So, sorry, you say that
How,
again. I couldn't
how
hear.
are you finding that development across from the amateurs to the pros? Like, I guess there's wee things
Um,
you've been told not to do that you have been doing.
yeah, it is. There is like, do you know what I mean? There is a couple of things that I definitely think like he's not a couple of few things he's really upped my game with. Like he's really upped my game. Like especially with like as in punch. Like there's certain punch. Like do you know when you're just punch just to score, as in like where you actually want to punch to actually hurt somebody. Do you get me? So it's all been good really. Do you get me? And I'm like once I'm a fast learner. I'd like to say I'm a fast learner. Like and like I said, my foundation was always like sort of pro. So there's just a few more things that I could have picked up on and still learning. I'm, do you know what I mean? I've not finished learning. Like I'm only gonna learn and keep getting better at this stage. To be honest.
There's Mr. Reddy in the background. Mr. Reddy. Um, how good is it? Obviously, and the fact that obviously having people like Cian there and obviously Paul Doonan and Gary Cully in the background who have been there and done it. How much have they helped bring the togetherness for the team for your debut on Saturday?
And with Gary and Paul and say
Gary
so.
and Paul and that torture behind you.
And yeah, there's something wrong with him. She said, um, do you know what? It's been brilliant because it's shown me the level. It's shown me levels where like, do you know what I mean? Like yeah, you need to be at this is the level you need to be at to perform to get to like to get to Gary's level, even to say Paul's level now because look, he's now fighting for a Celtic title. Like, do you know what I mean? So like it's really set a good example, like, and it's shown me the levels and the work rate, the dedication, like I need to be at to get to the very top of this game. Like,
It's good to have people at them different levels. Obviously, Gary, obviously was out recently in Monaco, and
yeah,
he's in a lot bigger level. Then you've Paul, then you've obviously Mr. Reddy there and yourself. It's good to have them sort of incremental steps where you can go. You probably now look to somebody like Kane and go, I want to get to his level, and then it's like, oh, no, and I want to get to Paul's level. Now I
yeah,
want to get to Gary's level. So you sort of have the bite-sized chunks of each as a
yeah.
small,
So
medium, and long-term sort of goal for you.
sure, yeah, it's a good tree to climb in it. So like it's a very good tree to climb. So that's what I'm really looking forward to Saturday. Like I really like. No, I'm not really. I'm gonna really. I will be putting on a big show, like, and be like solidifying my name into the pro game. So and then I can just go from there and just keep climbing the ladders. Like, Jimmy, that's all I want to do. Like, I want to be climb the ladders fast, like Jimmy, and get my name out there.
For anybody that obviously hasn't seen you box before, like what can we expect? Obviously, what can people expect on Saturday evening when they see you get into the ring in the National Stadium?
Um, shut down. Um,
Shutdown.
yeah, shut down. Fingers crossed. They like fast, explosive, flamboyant, elusive, everything you need to see, to see a top pro boxer.
And that's a good statement they have. I guess you're in with a good experienced, obviously, opponent in Stefan Nicolau. Obviously, I've seen fight a few times. You know, for you to obviously to do all that, you're obviously going to start to get people talking about you. Is the whole thing for you is everybody's coming away from the stadium on Saturday night saying, "What a professional debut Bayo had."
Yeah, it has, like, in my mind, that's the way it has to be. Like, I've put that much pressure on myself that's just, look, like, that's the way I have to leave that stadium and make everyone leave that stadium thinking, whoa, do you get me? He's, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just the pressure I've put myself. Like, I know others might say, look, listen, go out and enjoy it. I know, which I am going to go out and enjoy it, but it's also like, it's a goal I've set for myself that, like this is what you need. You need to mark your territory and let people know, like, gently, like, whoa.
Definitely. Well, look, obviously, I know that you've training here now at 7, so obviously, I don't want you getting in bother and getting a few extra circuits,
Few
a
extra burpees.
few extra burpees a couple of days from fight night. But look,
To be fair, all the hard work is done now.
tapering
It's
off.
just making the way and just being sharp now.
Yep, definitely. Well, look, I'm going to be there on Saturday night, Bio. So obviously,
Appreciate it.
I'll be able to speak to you obviously afterwards to see how it went. But thanks for coming on, having a chat with me a couple of days out from your
Appreciate
professional
you for getting
debut.
me on, Steve. It means a lot, man. Enjoy it, eh?
And I'll see you on Saturday evening.
Of course, you will.
Cheers, Bio. Take care.
Cheers, bye.
Thanks. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.